Hi guys, we're back with the final on our Revell 1/72nd scale F-22 Raptor. And it's not a bad kit. It's not a real complex kit. It is not too high on the parts count. Probably half of the parts count is the weapons. Since I've got it on the ground, kind of a ready launch position. The weapons bays are closed, so this means about half the parts didn't get used. I painted it with the Vallejo Model Air U.S. aircraft colors. I did make a mistake and went too dark for the decal set. I think the colors, I painted it, looked great. Apologize for the furnace kicking on. It's kind of cold here today. But it was too dark for, at least the base color itself was too dark for the decals. So they're a little bit standoutish and garish on top because I made the top way too dark for them, and then on the bottom it's the opposite problem. The decals, and there's a bunch of them on there, end up being the exact same color as the paint, so they're just basically invisible. I did have some darker insignias that I was able to put on there. They're too big, but I did have some that I could put on there, so at least there's some markings on the bottom of the plane. But this is not a show plane, so I'm not too worried about it. Kit does not come with a pilot, so we did the gear down and canopy open. I looked around my stash. I didn't have a pilot suitable to go in there. The cockpit itself is not bad. It's a glass cockpit, so it has all the decals. It's like 6 decals or 7 decals to go in there for the details. Again, I'm sure there's probably aftermarket seat belts and whatnot, upgrade kits for the cockpit, but that's not really what I'm interested in. I was looking for a quick build because I can't get too involved until the construction is finished on the house, because I'm going to have to tear my bench down when I come working on this section of the house, so I don't want to be too involved. And with the dust and the dirt, I don't want to be too far into a paint job or something when I have to tear things apart and the dust flies. The F-22 Raptor has a fly-by-wire system. It has thrust vectoring. These vanes are on the engine, can move up and down to help with maneuverability. It has the full flying tails that can operate independently to again help with maneuverability. And this aircraft was put into the production to replace the F-15. It is our leading advanced tactical fighter and heavy weapons payload aircraft, and that's exactly what it is. It does. It's a huge airplane. This is 1/72nd scale. Okay, guys, it's as big as most 1/48 scale World War II fighters would be. Fighter jets. Well, there were fighter jets in World War II. A few of them. But anyway, it's a huge plane. So it's, in general size, it would be more like a 1/48 scale kit. That being said, I might screw up on the paint. I like the paint the way it is. So that was just too dark for the decal sets that came with the kit. If I'd have probably shopped around, found some aftermarket ones, I probably could have found some that would fit the paint scheme I did a little better. I considered doing a fantasy splinter paint scheme, but again, I didn't have the decals on hand to do that. They do give you quite a large amount of variety of decals for the plane. One option would have been to do Colonel Mike Bam Bam Stapleton, the commander of the 43rd Fighter Squadron at Tyndale Air Force Base in Florida. That's the training squadron in 2007 anyway. The training squadron base for the F-22s to train the pilots. And then they had 1, 2, 3, 4 different options for Langley Air Force Base. Lieutenant Colonel Smith, the 94th 1st Fighter Wing, 94th Squadron. Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Bessler, 94th Squadron, 1st Fighter Wing. Lieutenant Colonel Wade Tolliver of the 1st Fighter Wing, 27th Fighter Squadron. He was, and we have Brigadier General Mark Barrett, Commander of the 1st Fighter Wing, Langley 90th Squadron, summer 2007. And then you had two schemes for the Alaska. Lieutenant Colonel Mike Schauer, Squadron Commander, 90th Fighter Squadron of Elmdorf Air Force Base in Alaska, and Colonel Eric Overturf, 302nd Fighter Squadron Commander from Elmdorf, both in 2007. So there's give you a fairly good range of options for building different markings for the plane. And say it's a kit I would recommend for somebody wanting a quick build or something that's not going to take up weeks of time. It all fit together well, and it looks good when it's done. And at the end of the day, if it looks like a duck and walks like a duck and talks like a duck, that means it's a chicken. So yeah, it's on my would recommend list. And let's see with that, we want to say like and subscribe if you choose to. If you don't want to, that's fine too. And if you'd like a shop card, you know the drill. If you've been around for a while, if not, the email address is in the description, hopefully, and if not, it's on my channel page to get yourself a shop card. And with that, I'm going to say good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world when you watch the video, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.